Good evening from Jonesboro, Arkansas. January 26, 2022. Barely. It's 11:31 p.m. Past my bedtime, but I would like to get this done. Tesla had their Q4 2021 financial report today. They released it. And I was pretty sure they were going to exceed Wall Street's expectations. Now let's look here. $1.5 billion increase in their cash and cash equivalents in Q4 to $17.6 billion. Yes, Tesla now has $17.6 billion in the bank. You know, the company that just a couple years ago everybody said was going bankrupt, and Elon Musk can get frog marched off to jail because he was a fraud. Yeah, that company now has almost $18 billion in straight up cash, homie, as Randy Moss would say. Profitability, $2.3 billion in generally accepted accounting practices. I think that's what GAAP stands for. Generally acceptable accounting practices, $2.3 billion. Net income, that's profit. Net income is profit. $2.9 billion non-GAAP. Now, if it's not generally accepted, then why do you report it? I don't know. But I'm going to use $2.3 billion. I'm going to call that their profit. But their operating income is 14.7%. And they also had record vehicle deliveries of 940,000 in 2021. Well, guess what? They're going to have record vehicle deliveries in 2022 too, as well, and 2023 and 2024. Okay, let's look at this. They said 2021 was a breakthrough year for Tesla. There should be no longer any doubt about the viability and profitability of electric vehicles. I would agree with that as long as Tesla's doing it. Ford, GM, Toyota, I'm not sure they can make a profit. They can eventually if they can do it before they go bankrupt. And they can do it eventually, but they're going to lose money for a while, I think. But what do I know? With our deliveries up 87% in 2021, we achieved the highest quarterly operating margin among all vehicle OEMs, based on the latest available data, demonstrating that EVs can be more profitable than combustion engine vehicles. Insert laughter here, you Tesla haters. Go ahead and hee-haw and get it over with. But Tesla is more profitable than your combustion engine manufacturers. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Additionally, they generated $5.5 billion of GAAP net income and $5.0 billion of free cash flow in 2021, after spending $6.5 billion to build up the new factories and on other capital expenditures. Imagine this. They would have had over $11 billion of free cash flow in 2021 had they not built those new factories. And some of you are telling me that this is the company, this is the one that's going to go bankrupt real soon? No, I don't think so. But again, what do I know? While 2021 was a defining year for our company, we believe we are just at the very early stages of our journey. Amen. Thank you for being a part of it. Well, you're welcome. I wish I'd have had the balls to be a part of it a few years ago. But until they made a profit a few quarters in a row, I didn't invest, but I should have. Oh, well. Now, before we go any further, I want y'all to know that I am heavily invested in Tesla. Not to the point where if they go broke, then I'm not going to have any type of retirement. But I'm definitely, by far, violating the 10% rule where you're not supposed to have more than 10% of your whole portfolio invested in one company. Yeah, I'm way above that on Tesla. Oh, well. Now I'm going to look at this page. You can freeze it here if you want to look at all this stuff, but I want to focus on just a few things. So let's look at that. Automotive revenue is up 71% for the year. Total revenue up 65%. Net income attributed to common stockholders, GAAP, 760% increase. Wow. Let's look at gross margins for the so-called competition. You know that competition that's coming? It ain't coming. Not for a few years. But anyway, Tesla's so-called competition. Now, we're talking about gas vehicles versus electric vehicles here. But Ford, their gross profit margin, look what they've done the last year. 15.77% the last reported quarter, or last one I found. The best one for 2021, 19%. General Motors, the last quarter, 14.3%. The best quarter last year, 15.06%. Toyota, the best one of the three, 19.86, might as well say 20% gross profit margin. And that was also the best one for the year. Let's look at Tesla. 25.3% gross profit margin. 25.3 blew them away. And again, net income, $5.5 billion in profit, up 665%. Oh man, they got close to the mark of the beast there. Whew, I'm glad they didn't make a few more dollars. I hate for that to say 666. All right, capital expenditures. They spent rounded off, $6.5 billion on capital expenditures. That's a huge amount of money. And free cash flow, $5.015 billion. Cash and cash equivalents, they now have $17.5 billion. What are they going to do with all that money? According to my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin, they better keep it because they're going to be bankrupt. And at least maybe that might keep them out of bankruptcy a little bit longer. Okay, profitability. Now look at this. Now, they made all this money despite spending $340 million in payroll taxes when Elon Musk exercised his stock options. That cost them $340 million in payroll taxes when he did that. Quarter-end cash and cash equivalents increased by $1.5 billion to $17.6 billion in quarter four, driven mainly by free cash flow of $2.8 billion, partially offset by net debt and finance lease repayments of $1.5 billion. And here's what I like. It says our total debt, excluding vehicle and energy product financing, has fallen to just $1.4 billion at the end of 2021. Now, I'm too dumb to know what excluding vehicle and energy product financing means. Y'all can tell me in the comments. If it were Coca-Cola or Walmart, I'd be thinking they're talking about the loans against their vehicles. But that can't be it. All I know is when I looked the other day, they had $10 billion in debt. If they got that down to 1.4, oh my God, I'd be happy. Because I love it when companies pay off debt. But I'm not really sure what that means. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by giving you some bull or pretending like I do. I just don't know. I'm not smart enough to know, but maybe you can educate me. Okay, they delivered 305,840 vehicles last year, up 70%. And at the bottom, I highlighted the wrong thing. I meant to highlight 31,498 supercharging stations, and that's around the world. The 3,476 is not for the quarter either, even though it says it is. I think it's how much they increased last year. But 31,000 supercharging stations. And I keep telling the Tesla haters that one of the biggest advantages that Tesla has is their supercharging network. Look at this map. They're all over the place. You cannot buy another EV anywhere where you have dedicated chargers for that car besides Tesla, all over the place. And the reason that's important is Ford, Chevy, Toyota, all them, not Toyota don't even make anything. Ford, Chevy, Volkswagen, whoever. You have to depend on third parties and stuff for your charging needs, usually. And man, it's a lot more complicated. If ChargePoint changes something, Ford has got to change it to make sure their cars can still use those charging stations. Tesla, it's all one. It's all one company. They control it all. And that is such a huge benefit. And that's probably why I would choose the Tesla over the Mustang Mach-E, even though I like the Mustang Mach-E. The final thing would probably be the Tesla supercharging network. Seriously. Now let's get back to this. Look at this. Here is the operating margin going back to quarter four 2018 of Tesla and all the so-called competition, the ones that sell the ICE vehicles. But they're going to make electrics and they're going to cause Tesla some problems. Yeah, whatever. All right. Go back to 2018, negative 2% for Tesla. That was their gross margin. You know, back when they were going broke, and even me back then, I didn't think they was going to make it. I didn't know. My attitude back then was, oh my God, if they can figure out how to make a profit, they will be one of the largest companies in the world. But I'm just not sure it's possible for them to make a profit. Well, it definitely is now. So I am very bullish on Tesla. I used to be a little wimp when it came to Tesla, too scared to get into it. I'm now very bullish, and Tesla will be one of the largest companies in the world for a long time to come. I truly believe that. And if not, then a couple years from now when they're broke, you can call me a stupid. That'd be all right. I'll deserve it. All right, but look here. Look how that just keeps going up, up, up for Tesla. And now they've just gone by everybody. And guess what? It's going to get even cheaper for them to make cars. Look here. Elon says, we plan to grow our manufacturing capacity as quickly as possible. Over a multi-year horizon, we expect to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. Now, there's a Tesla bear out there. He's an African-American, don't know his name. He's talking about for Tesla to do that, they have to build like a factory every quarter or something. Something stupid. I mean, he despises Tesla, despises them. And I don't know his name. But he's stupid because you don't have to build one every quarter. He has no idea about exponential growth, evidently. They can, I'm not saying they will, but they can achieve 50% average annual growth. I'm not predicting they're going to do that. I'm not, but they can. It's possible. We will see. And I know they can the next year, next 2 years, next 3 years probably. I don't know if they can the next 10. I don't know. We'll just see. And here, if you want to read the rest of this, pause right here and go ahead. But we're moving on. All right. Moving on. That's it. Here are some pictures. Here's the Fremont Factory right here. Just some pictures they put in the press briefing, the press release. And something about this, I really like the way this looks. It's the Gigafactory Berlin Quality Control, which isn't open because of government regulations, red tape, and the fact that, I don't want to get into it. Man, don't ever open a business in Germany. The red tape and the bureaucracy, the red tape is just ridiculous. And there's Texas. That's going to be open any time now. Look at that. Look at that beautiful factory. One of the biggest factories in the world, probably. I don't know, but it looks like it. This thing is huge. The only thing that can compete with this in size is your mama. Okay, what do you think? I think that Tesla's stock price is going to keep going up and up and up. The Tesla haters, they say that the valuation is out of control and that it's not worth the price that they want for it. The stock isn't worth the price. They look at the PE ratio and other things. So what? They're going to grow into that. They really are. When we're at the very beginning of this thing. And I truly believe that their PE ratio is going to keep dropping and keep dropping while the stock price keeps going up and keeps going up. If they're not careful, we're going to witness a money printing machine. Tesla's going to wind up being a money printing machine, making just bukus of profits. If they're not careful, that's what's going to happen. And I had somebody the other day, they said that my ice cream man, he said something like, well, I think Elon's going to get bored with Tesla. And when he gets bored with Tesla and goes on and does something else, that's going to be the end of them. They're going to go under at that point. The ice cream man's a nice guy, and I like him, but he is dead wrong. Elon's not going to how can you get bored with a company that's printing money? I mean, what do you think? What is Tesla's future? What do you think their future is? I think the sky is the limit. Let me know if I'm wrong, if I'm right, whatever you think. That's about all. That's enough bloviating.